Good morning. So like many of you, I will wake up to start my day. Actually, let me correct that. I will wake up to start my day, but you can't see me waking up because as an introvert, we are usually invisible to society. My morning routine isn't that much different from everybody else's. I will hit snooze, I'll take the phone off the charger, and my breath will be rancid. The first thing that I like to do in the morning is what I like to call resetting the temple. And it's also here that I will try to catch up on emails. I invest in properties here in New York, so I'm typically scrolling through listings. Introverts like me love solo activities. All you lonely hearts out there know exactly what I'm talking about. Real estate investing is great for me because it's very individual, and I hate working with people. So the day before, our fridge started to make a noise. When we woke up, that noise became non-stop. So it definitely needs repair. This is where an introvert's worst nightmare begins because we are forced to make contact with the outside world. As in, we have to pick up the phone, dial a number, and pray that it goes straight to voicemail. I hate talking on the phone because I am a very visual person, and the hardest part for me as an introvert is not being able to see how people are reacting to what I'm saying. I spent the morning trying to help find someone to fix the fridge, and really, I try to avoid as much human interaction as possible, so I'll use apps to message technicians and get quotes for repairs. I don't even have to say a word. And when they quote me a ridiculous price, typically we will eat out on the weekends. Eating for us is no problem at all. But deciding on what to eat, oh boy, that is where the problem begins. Especially for introverts, I'm always weighing the pros and cons of every single option until I know for certain, for absolute certainty, that that is what I want. Decisions are not always easy for me, so a trick that I like to do is I like to get down on my knees, put my hands together, and get help from the Lord above. Google. So for example, we'll narrow it down to 3 options, 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll just use a random number generator to pick a number. Today, we are going to use the power of tarot cards to help pick lunch. Wands, cups, pentacles, and we got cups. Lunch has been decided, and we are blindly following fate to a new restaurant that we've never been to before. It's very, very, very close by. It's just a short, brief 20-minute walk away. But in New York, you live, you breathe, and you walk. We got to the restaurant, and this is where the drama begins. There was nobody else eating except for one group. And where do they put us? Where do they seat us? They put us right next to the group. I sat down and I went into this introverted tunnel vision because all I wanted to do was move to a table that was further away. I couldn't think of anything else. I couldn't think of the menu. I couldn't think of anything else. And my partner got frustrated with me because I was just sitting there with my tunnel vision and not helping at all. And guess what? We got into an argument. As an introvert, this is usually how I fight my battles in an argument. I keep my thoughts and emotions bottled inside of me, and when the time is right, I will release it out into the wild. We just finished lunch over a heated argument, so the best way to clear our minds is to stroll around the neighborhood. I love to recharge, and I think it's because introverts use more mental power, so I'll try to get some type of movement in every single day. Not TikTok dance videos, but I'll try to walk, hit the gym, work on my non-existent muscles. I think introverts have this reputation for always wanting to stay home and do nothing, but I actually think it's because we are put off by all of this stuff. Like all of the crazy people, all of the stuff that's happening outside. One way that really motivates me to get out is I try to walk the same route because I'll know where to turn, what's ahead, what to expect, and it's just one less distraction on top of everything that's going on. We're back from our walk and we notice that the fridge is no longer cooling the most essential item in the fridge, the perfume. We're gonna have to move all of the food to a second property nearby, and we're gonna do this by using one of the best investments that we've ever made, our grocery cart. I'm a very self-conscious introvert with very sophisticated demeanors, and I just don't like drawing attention to myself in public. When we first got the cart, it's as if we were walking outside with a cart full of dead bodies and people were just staring. Introverts tend to be a little bit more self-conscious because we need to be loved. And when people look at us, when they judge us, it gives us a sign that they don't like what they see. Well, you know what? They need to get stronger glasses. But I have a trick for all you introverts out there who struggle with being self-conscious. I've been using the cart every week for groceries and it's been a lifesaver for my 80-year-old shoulders. I no longer have to lug groceries on my shoulders, and that was my trick. I shifted my thinking to other people. I wanted to show them how the cart could help them, and I became less conscious of it, and I was pushing with pride. Without that cart, we wouldn't have been able to move all of that food. So get yourself one. We just finished with the move. It was successful and it is now dinner time. Typically, we do like to order things to go and we'll eat it at home because we don't want to be caught in public looking like this. But also mealtime is the only time when we watch TV. And we don't actually own a TV, so we just watch on our teeny tiny little laptops. Media likes to portray introverts as these stereotypical nerds who are obsessed with TV, obsessed with playing video games. But I don't have a TV. I'm an introvert. I don't play video games. And it just goes to show you that sometimes stereotypes are not always accurate, just like those COVID tests. I know how hard it is as an introvert to meet new people. When I first moved to Chicago, I didn't know anyone. And I'm not a bar person. I mean, look at me. Am I a bar person? Hell no. What I did find helpful was volunteering at an animal shelter. The thought of going out just to meet new people is very intimidating, but the thought of going out to help a common cause with people, that to me was much more convincing. Volunteering is a great way to gradually meet new people, and it's so rewarding because you get to help people in the process. It is the time of day when I finally wake up. I'm a bit of a night owl introvert, so I'm very active at night. No, not this kind of active. No. I love working at night because I can hear my own thoughts, I can hear my ideas, I can hear my self-doubt. Recently, I've been starting YouTube and it makes me so happy because in my full-time job, there's not a lot of creativity. You know, you're kind of just doing things that were given to you. I was so scared to start YouTube in the beginning because I thought I was way too introverted for YouTube, but it's been the complete opposite. YouTube has given me the freedom to explore my curiosities, use my creativity, help people. It's really an introvert's wet dream. I basically work for the whole night until midnight and I go to bed, and that is my day. Of course, not every day is the same. Sometimes there's more going on, sometimes it's a little bit quieter, and it's the same thing with introverts, right? Like, not all introverts are the same. If you found this useful or learned something new about introverts, do subscribe and hit like. I would really appreciate it. If you're introverted or have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to answer, but I will see you in the next one.